Imagine that every second of your life you lose precious time. It slips away like water through your fingers and never comes back. We all say that we miss it, that it goes so fast. But have you ever thought that we actually have all the time we need? We just don't know how to manage it properly. In this video, I'm going to reveal to you one of the most powerful secrets. The secret that can change your life forever. The secret that the great philosophers of antiquity knew and that they passed on to their students. This is not just a theory. It's a practical guide to action that will help you use every second of your life as effectively as possible. Have you ever wondered why some people manage to reach great heights while others stay where they are? Why some people have enough time for work, family, and themselves, while others are constantly running, not having time to do even a small part of the plan? What is the difference? It's all about how they use their time. And it's not just an abstract thought. It's a real skill that each of us can master. In this video, I will tell you how to manage your time so that it works for you, not against you. How to stop wasting it on unnecessary things and start focusing on what really matters. You'll learn how Stoic philosophy can help you overcome the chaos of the modern world and find the key to efficiency and inner peace. Whether to stay where you are or move forward, the choice is always yours. This video is your first step to gaining control over your time and, as a result, your life. All you have to do is watch this video to the end. And I promise that by the end of this video, you will have a different perspective on your life and the time you have. Are you ready? Then here we go. So how do you make good use of your time? The ancient Stoics said, don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. This simple thought hides a deep meaning. In today's world, we often live as if we have an infinite amount of time ahead of us. We put off important things, make false promises to ourselves that we will change everything tomorrow. But tomorrow is not guaranteed to anyone. All we have is the present. This is the present moment, which we too often miss because of the hustle and bustle and distractions. Think about how you spend your day. How much time is spent doing meaningless things that don't produce results? How many hours are spent browsing social media, having idle conversations, or doing useless activities that ultimately do you no good? These are the very moments that drain away forever. Moments that you could be using to your advantage for your growth and goals. One of the greatest lessons the Stoics taught us is to realize the finitude of time. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, said, "You should live as if this day were your last." There is a powerful message in those words. Imagine you only have one day left. How would you spend it? What things would you prioritize? At what point would you realize that many of the things you fill your days with don't really matter? We live in an age of endless distractions. Social media, news, entertainment, they surround us on all sides and demand our attention. We easily succumb to these temptations, losing awareness and control over our time. And this is where Stoic philosophy becomes our helper. It teaches us to manage our attention, to focus on what really matters. After all, our attention is our most valuable tool. And if we don't control it, we lose control over our lives. The first step to start using your time properly is mindfulness. It's the ability to be aware of every moment of your life, to be here and now, without drifting your thoughts into the past or the future. One of the biggest mistakes many people make is to wallow in worry about what has happened or fear of what might happen. But in reality, we only have the present moment. The past can no longer be changed, and the future has not yet arrived. The Stoics taught us not to waste energy on things beyond our control and instead to focus on what we can do right now. The path to proper time management begins with the ability to distinguish the important things from the unimportant. You have to ask yourself which activities are really leading me toward my goals, and which ones are just filling up time with no real benefit. If you're honest with yourself, you'll find that a lot of the things you do every day don't really matter in the long run. And it's this analysis that will help you free up time for the truly meaningful things. Think about it for a minute. How much time have you already spent doing things that aren't moving you forward? And how many hours, days, or even years could you use more productively? These questions may seem uncomfortable, but they're necessary so that you can take control of your time. We often underestimate how much time is spent doing unimportant things. For example, how many times have you started your morning by checking your phone, scrolling through social media, and not noticed 15 to 20 minutes go by? And how many hours are spent watching shows that don't do any good? seconds and minutes add up to hours, and hours to days and weeks. And one day, looking back, we realize that we did not use these precious moments as we could have. Real-life example, let's take successful people who have been able to achieve significant results in their career and personal life. How are they different from the rest? They don't have any special superpowers or secret knowledge. They have the same amount of time in a day as any of us, but they know how to focus on what's important. They know how to distribute their efforts properly and not waste time on trifles. The next step is prioritization. The Stoics talked about how we can't do everything at once, and this is one of the key principles of effective time management. Our society often teaches us to multitask, but the truth is that it only distracts us from what's important. When we try to do several things at once, we lose focus and do each one poorly. Instead, the Stoics advised focusing on one thing at a time and doing it to the best of our ability. Imagine that each day is a small life. And in that life, you have a limited amount of time to devote to the most important things. What will you choose? Will you keep throwing yourself away on the many little things that drag you down, or will you focus on what really matters? Remember the words of Seneca, we complain that time goes quickly, but we have plenty of it if we manage it properly. It is important to realize that the key here is the proper allocation of time. In order not to waste it, you need to clearly understand exactly what you spend each day on. Divide your tasks into important and minor ones. First, solve the most important ones, and then, if there is time left, take care of the little things. There is a powerful exercise used by the Stoics. Every night before going to bed, they ask themselves, what did I do today that was important? This exercise helps you rethink how you spent your day and realize how effectively you used your time. If you find that you didn't do anything meaningful, that's a signal that you need to change the way you approach your day. You can start small. Write a list of your priorities, highlight a few of the most important tasks for the day and focus on them. Don't let distractions take over your attention. This method will allow you to channel your energy and free up time for the things that really matter in your life. The Stoics also taught us to be moderate in everything. Moderation is the key to long-term effectiveness. If you work non-stop without giving yourself time to rest, you'll burn out quickly. But if you spend too much time relaxing and having fun, you'll lose productivity. It's important to find a balance that allows you to be effective over the long term, not just in the short term. Our society often dictates that we should constantly strive for success, to work at the limit of our abilities. But the Stoics said that true success lies not in the quantity of what is done, but in the quality. If you approach each task consciously, doing it with the utmost care and concentration, you will achieve much more than if you try to do everything at once. Remember, the key to effective use of time is balance. Balance between work and rest, between important and secondary tasks. If you find this balance, you will be able not only to achieve your goals, but also to keep inner peace and satisfaction from life. One last principle worth mentioning is constant reflection. Every day ask yourself the question, how am I using my time? What can I improve on? Which things are really important? And which ones can I let go? This process will help you keep your focus on what's important and not lose precious moments on unnecessary things. Another important thing that helps you manage your time better is taking regular breaks. Many people mistakenly believe that the more they work non-stop, the more they will be able to accomplish. But the truth is that our brains need breaks in order to recover and work at full capacity. Learning how to properly alternate between work and rest periods is one of the keys to increasing your efficiency. So don't hesitate to take small pauses between tasks. It will help you stay productive longer and make fewer mistakes. It's also important to learn how to say no. We often take on too many commitments because we don't know how to say no. We agree to meetings, projects, things that don't really lead us to our goals. This doesn't mean you have to say no to everything, but it's worth learning how to filter what's really important and what's not. If you say no to insignificant things, you'll be able to focus on the really important tasks. Many successful people have used the technique of deep work to achieve high results. This means that they set aside a certain time during the day when they focus completely on one task, without distractions. They turned off their phone, closed social networks, and focused solely on doing important work. Try to implement this approach in your life. Allocate at least 1 hour a day for deep work, and you'll be surprised how much you'll manage to do. Don't forget about planning. Stoics paid special attention to planning their actions. At the beginning of the day, you can outline the most important tasks and determine what steps you need to take to accomplish them. Planning helps you avoid chaos and allows you to see clearly what needs to be done first. Plan your day with your priorities in mind, and you'll see your productivity improve. It's important to remember every day is an opportunity to do something important. Time is our most valuable resource. We can lose money, property, people, but time is something that once lost never comes back. Every second of life is priceless, and if you learn how to use it correctly, you can achieve incredible heights. If this video was useful for you, subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss more inspiring content. Give us a like if you want to continue to develop and use your time consciously. And of course, write in the comments what you think about Stoic philosophy and how you plan to use these principles in your life. Don't forget, every day is an opportunity to become better, stronger, wiser. Your time is in your own hands.